This video is kind of walk you through some of the stuff in doing the actuator link here in chapter 11. I'm giving you a template that's been adjusted just for this particular um, project. And if we turn on the miter box layer, you can see here I've given you the box here, okay, what you're used to starting with, but I'm not sure what happened there with that text. Um, at the lower left corner of the box, start the center of your the bracket there, okay, and then I'm giving you the points for the center of the sleeve pin and the guide pin, and then everything is just kind of lined up together with those, okay. Um, and you may find it. Oh, I know it was when I adjusted for the template. I didn't delete some of the other text that was in my version of it. Um, you may find it easier to go ahead and draw these views, the front views, section view, and side views before starting on the isometric view. That way you've worked out your details and you know what sizes everything is going to be. Okay, so that'll lay out fairly nicely. And then when you look at it in paper space, you're supposed to activate your viewport here. Okay, set your scale at a 1 to 2 and get it centered up kind of in your page there, and then lock your viewport. Okay. Uh, then the title block is a little different in this one in that all the text are attributes. Okay, so when you double click the text, you get this attribute editor, and whichever one is marked selected here, you come down here in the value and you type it in. Now yours is just going to say drawing name or questions or whatever, and you can just keep going down. So your drawing scale, you come down here, enter 1 to 2, initials, put your name there. You just scroll down this list and fill in all this information, okay? But this is kind of a new thing to you, but you may see this, if you work at a company and they have a title block that they use, it could very well be attributes. It's already set up. Now you don't have to click every single text. You just click it once and you go into the editor here and do that. Okay. All right. So now let's look at the isometric. This is what you're going to be doing here, and I'll walk you through some of the steps on how to kind of get going with it. And I'm going to use the zero layer for a lot of my construction lines. Okay. But I'm going to go to the phantom layer first and put my lines in to kind of get started. And I'm going to draw it up here so that you can kind of see it. And what I'll do is and I've got my ortho mode turned on, so it's constraining me to the 30 degrees. All right, so I'm going to draw. I'm just going to do a 4-inch line. Okay. All right, I'm just going to kind of get started with this. The bracket. Oh, sorry. I had up here set to blue. Okay, and I know that this is 4 inches between. So I'm going to switch back over to my zero layer and go 4 inches that way. And now I'm going to copy this one. So those are the centers of my two, right here. That's going to be the center of my two circle parts. That's this white line coming across here, okay? And so I'm going to go back to my visible layer and do an iso ellipse here. And that is a diameter of 2.5, so I'm going to type in 1.25. Okay. And now I want to copy that back and I got to copy it 3 times because I'm going to need 4 circles as I'm going back. And I look at my total depth is 2 inches, and then I got a 0.75 and a 0.5. So I'm going to go copy. I'm going to select that point, and I'm going to toggle my cursor to there. And I'm just going to come back here to the snap just so it'll hold it to there, and I'm going to type in 0.75. Then I'm going to copy it again, the additional 0.5, which is going to be 1.25, and then a third time, which will be the full 2 inches. All right, now these two, I'm going to pop them over to my 0 layer. Now that's a little confusing right there, but that's got the 4 circles that I need, the 4 surface planes. Now I'm going to repeat that up on this end here. So I'll go ellipse, ISO, center, and that one is 1.125, which is going to be 0.625. Yeah. Did I do that right? My brain's not working. I got to grab my calculator. 0.125 divided by 2. No, I did it wrong. Sorry. So we'll repeat that. Ellipse, ISO, center, it should be 0.5625. All right, now I'm going to copy it the 4 times back, just like I did before. .75, 1.25, and 2. Now I'm just putting those on the 0 layer so it's a little easier to see. Now, if you remember, I can't remember when you did ISOs before if we had the tangent lines, but when we got curves and arcs and things in ISO mode, the edge coming across here is just wherever that is tangent, okay? So we'll put a line there, and we're going to do the same up here. Okay, so that is the point to where my my cylinder, as it's rolling over, it becomes, you know, tangent, and you can't see beyond that. All right, so now I want to, I know the red line on the back side of the circle, you can't see that, so I'm going to go ahead and trim that out. And I'm going to do the same for this one up here because I'm not going to need those pieces anymore. And anything I don't need to keep me from getting confused is going to help. Okay. Now we need some center lines because I'm going to help you get this sloped line across here. And so we need a vertical center line here on the front. So let me go back to my 0 layer. And I'll just extend it down to there. And then I'll copy it over to my other circle. Okay, so I'm going to need those. Now, these 2 lines right here, they're tangent to the circles. They do not join at the quadrants. Okay, they're tangent to the edges of the circle. And since they're not parallel to X, Y, or Z, we can't draw them isometrically. Okay, we can't measure and draw them. What we have to do is we have to locate the endpoints. And so the way to do that is to come right here, and that's these 2 blue lines here that I've drawn. Let me delete those and I'll show you. Well, let me leave ISO mode. So I come to where it becomes tangent there at the intersection, and I want to come straight across, and you may get a perpendicular snap, or you can just draw it a little long. Okay, And then I want to draw again from that intersection down to the center point. Now we can kind of trim that one back to there. Okay, now that gives me a Y direction and an X direction to the endpoint of that line based on the center point of the circle. So I'll take this line and copy it over here to my ISO. Okay, let me change colors. That's why I had them in blue earlier. Okay, so now I can copy it and I'll be able to see it. And I want to drop it right on the center point there. Okay, and you see it doesn't go all the way up because we're in isometric, so things are a little bit different. Now I want to come back and I want to know the measurement of that line. And I go to my properties and I look at a length of 0.2148. Now if you do this and you're only getting like 1 or 2 decimal places, just type in units on your keyboard and come here to your units and set your precision. And a lot of times I'll go with 4 decimal places on a lot of things I'm working, just so that I'm accurate in my drawing. Dimensioning will be different, but to get my accuracy right. Okay. Okay. All right. So now the length of that line, 0.2148. So now I come back to here. Let's go back into ISO mode. I want to go line from the endpoint of the one I copied over out isometrically, 0.2148. And you look, it intersects my ISO ellipse. That is the point of tangency. Okay. Now you're going to do the same thing here at the bottom. And so what I can do is I can take this one and copy it down to here. And then I can copy that one down to the end of my blue line. So that gives me my 2 points of tangency, okay? So what I want now is a line, and let me make these blue so we'll be able to differentiate them from other things, okay? So I'm going to go from that intersection, and I'm just going to draw it back a little long, okay? 2, 2.5, whatever, okay? Because I don't want it to snap onto something. Okay. So that gives me my point of tangency where this rib is going to intersect right here. I want to do the same thing over on this circle. I think I probably need to pause this video and then start a new one though, and then we'll pick up with that.